Hi, this is Chorus back again. I just want to talk about that point there about stalking, online stalking, and I think it's connected to obsession. So this video is about obsession, stalking, and Facebook harassment. I've talked to a few friends about this, and not a lot of them have experienced what I've experienced. No. So this is unusual and quite troubling. Repeated fake accounts, mocking names, impersonation, and the misuse of personal information are not harmless online behavior. When someone repeatedly creates profiles, watches, taunts, humiliates, or attempts to undermine another person, it can become a form of obsessive online stalking. The toll on the targeted person can be enormous. It can create fear, anxiety, loss of sleep, hypervigilance, and a constant sense of being watched or pursued. It may also damage a person's reputation, relationships, work, and confidence. What makes this especially distressing is the uncertainty. The victim may not know who's responsible, how many people are involved, or when the harassment will stop. Social media companies must stop treating repeated impersonation and targeted harassment as minor inconvenience. Platforms have a responsibility to investigate patterns, preserve evidence, and protect people whose identities and personal information are being misused. Online stalking is real. Its psychological consequences are real. It must be taken seriously. So I'm just talking about the hidden toll of obsessive Facebook stalking and harassment and the amount of it I've been subjected to. Now, I would say it's not related to my Supreme Court case. I don't think even the opposition, people in the opposition are creating these horrific Facebook accounts. The various parties or actors that my court case is challenging. I really don't think they're obsessive stalkers. Maybe they're reading my Facebook and my YouTube, but I wouldn't consider that stalking. No, I wouldn't. No. But it's just, that if you are subjected to, but nobody does anything. So no matter who you report it to, you have no avenue to get this investigated, and all you wanted is to be stopped. You just want it to be stopped, and you go here, there, and everywhere, and everybody says it's somebody else's job. It's somebody else's job. It's the latest. It's not my job. It's not my job. What's your job? It's not my job. Well, it's somebody's job to stop this harassment. Of course, it's the people that are doing it that should stop, but it's how to get them to realise that what they're doing. But it's only when these people face consequences for their behaviour that they will stop. It's like any bad behaviour. It's when these people face severe consequences for their bad behaviour that they will stop, stalking me online in this horrific way. And nobody should be subjected to this it's obsession really. It's a kind of an obsession, and you wonder, it's like who's behind the scene pulling the strings. You get the impression there might be somebody behind the scene pulling the strings. Usually that's what happens here, and it's I've taken some steps I have identified one or two people who are perhaps involved in this through kind of pattern recognition, and I've had to write to their work address and suggest that they stop. But all these people do is go underground. They hide their harassment. If they're doing it more more visibly, they hide it, and it's a horrific campaign of kind of sadistic intimidation to do this to anybody. And why people do this, is it like a virus, some kind of a virus? And I'm using this opportunity now to tell those people that to stop their online Facebook harassment, because I've been everywhere trying to get them to stop, and nobody will take responsibility or help me to get them to stop. And the question is, why is that? Is it because I've taken the constitutional challenge, or is it because I'm one of the top people in Ireland on researching whistleblowing legislation, or whistleblowing? I do research on whistleblowing. Is it because of my research on whistleblowing that nobody will help me deal with this Facebook harassment?